Hey, friends. Well, my math is not great, so here comes a bonus episode. My sobriety date's April 23rd of 2012, and today is April 22nd. So since I started these videos on the 13th, I should have started on the 14th to make 10 total videos. So you're getting a bonus episode because I'm not good at counting, and I didn't realize it till yesterday. So I was sitting there today thinking to myself, I said, well, do I skip a day? Or do I do a bonus episode? So I think we're going to do a quick bonus episode. I don't remember if I shared this story, but I'm going to do a couple drinking story plus a sober story. Drinking story first. When I used to live in downtown Chicago, I used to get hammered, as we've talked about in previous videos. And one particular evening, I was so drunk I got on the red line to go head home, which is the north and southbound train in Chicago. And I lived on the west side, so I'd have to go from the red line, transfer at Washington, I believe, and go west to the Racine station to get home. And so this particular evening, I was so shithoused that I passed out. I was going to say fall asleep, but I didn't fall asleep. I passed out on the red line, and I woke up further north than I started the next morning at 7:30 a.m. around a whole bunch of people trying to get to work. So what that means is it was about 1 a.m. I'm on the red line trying to get home, pass out. That means I went all the way south to 95th, which is the last southbound station, and that means I was in the train depot until the next morning. Nobody had checked the car. So I went all the way down to 95th and woke up the next morning at 7:30 a.m. almost at the Howard stop, which is the furthest northbound point on the red line. And I woke up around all these people in their work clothes, their headphones are in, they're just trying to get to their jobs or whatever, and my drunk ass is just waking up, and I looked down at my pants, and someone had razor bladed my front pocket open and stole my phone and my debit card. So that means I was so drunk, not only did I not wake up in the train depot, but I didn't wake up to someone robbing me. So like I woke up and my pant leg would just split open to the point where and God love the crafty motherfucker who did that. You know, I got a phone and a debit card, and I canceled the debit card, and it was just used at like gas stations and McDonald's. So they got a nice come up for a drunk passed out guy on the train. So, I mean, that's why I'm sober. I'm going to be 10 years sober tomorrow on April 23rd. But, another fun sobriety story is I'm wearing a Phish hoodie right now. And Phish is one of my favorite bands of all time. I started listening to them when I was 15, but I never hung out with anybody who listened to the band Phish. They're a jam band, and love them or hate them, they make me happy. And I learned about them when I was working at a hippie stoner store in Orland Park Mall where I used to put together skateboards. I started listening to Phish. Now, throughout my life, I had never gotten to see Phish live until I got sober. So I got sober. I was 26 years old, and I went to my first Phish show with my friend, my sober friend Andy at the time, and there were a 3-night run in Chicago, Northerly Island, and actually, I think it was 2013, maybe no 14, 2014 is when I started seeing Phish. So from that moment, I think my show count is up to 30, 35. I've seen Phish sober 35 times, and some people might be thinking 35, that's a lot. That is not a lot. That is not a lot compared to some of my friends who are in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And right now, as I'm recording this, Phish is playing at Madison Square Garden in New York City, where a lot of my friends are currently right now. And it's just like a big family reunion. Every time I go see Phish, I get to see people from across the country that I don't ever get to see in other capacities. But that band's community has always been so supportive of my comedy. I mean, they were there for me when I was getting my comedy car. They come to my comedy shows whenever I'm in their city. So I'll be eternally grateful for this like community. And not everybody that I know in the Phish community is sober, but no one cares that I don't party. So I love them to death. And, so there it is. Pass out drunk on the train. Plus, I've seen a hippie jam band only sober. I've only seen them sober. And it's some of the best times of my life has been going to see this band and dancing around like an idiot. So there's your bonus episode. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm going to stay sober another night, and I will hit you with that actual 10th day of 10 days till a decade tomorrow. So peace. See you in the morning.